If you guys need help gearing up for any of the new content in Grand Theft Auto Online, check out G2A with the link in the description. And if you want to save a little bit extra, just be sure you use that cashback code BOSS as well. Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here. And in today's GTA 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I think the new business is going to work in Grand Theft Auto Online in the next DLC. So in case you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, at the end of this video, I'll leave a link to the video I did yesterday, which basically quickly summarizes everything that Yan said regarding the next update. Now, in case you missed it, here's what he said. He said it's going to be a fairly big update, and it's going to be about the consolidation of all the in-game businesses. So the finance and felony crates, the import-export cars, the biker business, biker drug stuff, the gun-running bunkers, and the smuggler's run, air, hangar cargo, and then whatever else there is out there. I think I covered all of them. It's going to be consolidating them all into one. It also might be the last update, but we've heard that before, so take it as you want. And though the drip feed is going to end near the launch of RDR2. Now, the big thing we're going to be focusing on in this video is the first part, the consolidation of all the in-game businesses. Today, we're going to be talking about how I could see Rockstar doing that and the most logical way in which I could see Rockstar doing this. So I can see this happening in one of two ways. Let me talk to you about the first way, then we'll move on to the second one. The first way would be a new business venture that consolidates all of the materials from our previous business. So it would combine cars, it would combine guns, etc. Now, when I started thinking about this, I'm like, who would be interested in cars, but at the same time guns, at the same time valuable cargo, at the same time drugs, illegal contraband? There's like two things I thought of. I thought of like some crime syndicate, or I thought of the cartel. So here's what I could see happening. Something like this. The cartel is looking for a trustworthy business partner who can provide some counterfeit cash, bullion, 3 high-end cars, and a few pallets of illegal arms for protection. That's how I could see it happen. We are contacted by someone bigger, better, and greater than us that wants all of the things that all of our individual businesses offer that we kind of do for ourselves. So instead of putting high-end cars in our own vehicle warehouse, we would put them in the cartels. Instead of providing counterfeit cash for ourselves, we would give it to the cartel. And instead of making illegal arms for our protection to sell, we'd give it to the cartel. And then once we had acquired everything they've wanted, we would, of course, sell it for a better profit. Now, this, of course, would require probably the purchase of a new facility with a very steep buy-in. Because if you think about all the properties right now, they only serve one function. Like the hangars are good for planes and the hangar stuff. The bunkers are good for the MOC and the guns. So this new facility, whatever it would be, would have to have garage space, would have to have space for pallets of guns, etc. You guys get the idea. But what this new facility would do would provide new margins, break-even points, and most profitable arrangements for the community to discover and master. Now, I can see this new facility working in one of two ways. Number one, kind of what you're seeing on the screen right now. This is some gameplay I just recorded of a headquarters. It's a headquarters mod that kind of has a lot of the same thing. It has like a massive garage space. It has area for cargo and contraband. It has an airport that you can kind of fly planes in and out of. It has access to underwater via like a submarine. It's got a lot of different things, an area in which you can like ultimately do the finance and felony stuff. It has computers. It has places where you could access different consoles and whatnot. That's the first thing I could see Rockstar doing, making a brand new facility that we ultimately have to buy. And it wouldn't be called a facility. Again, maybe it's called something like headquarters or something like that, because we already have facilities in the game, so I'm not trying to be confusing there. The next thing I could see Rockstar doing is maybe expanding off of the properties that we already own. So for example, the last property and probably the biggest that Rockstar added was the facility. Now, the facility is technically only able to do the Doomsday Heist. That's what it's meant for. And inside the facility, there's a lot of rooms that aren't used for anything. So maybe Rockstar will open up some of those doors in the facility and make dedicated rooms to the rest of the stuff. So for example, one room or one computer or server might launch the CEO stuff. One room might launch the biker stuff. One room might launch the import-export stuff. One room could launch normal heist. I feel like there's a lot of different things that they could do. And the facility is just one example. They might do it with the CEO office. They might do it with the gun running bunker. Although I do think the facility is like the best neutral thing that could be used for almost all of those. And I could see this update being called, someone pointed this out in the GTA forums, like the Multinational Business Update. And being that it's multinational, it covers all the bases: gun running, smugglers, import-export, crates, and drugs. So that's one way in which I could see Rockstar getting this off the ground. Something that we've never seen before, like the cartel, like a crime syndicate, comes to San Andreas and recruits us to do all the things we've been doing. Thus, it consolidates everything. So we aren't necessarily doing anything new, but we're just combining them all together, which could be an interesting proposition if indeed this is the last update. Getting back to what Yan said, he said this could be the final update. And if that is the case, you would think Rockstar would want to go out with a bang. Obviously, in a perfect world, they probably would have loved to save the Doomsday heist for the final update, considering we saved the world. But I feel like this one is going to have a lot in terms of payouts. Maybe Rockstar are finally saying, it's the end of online. Here's an amazing payout so you guys can pretty much buy whatever you want. I could see them sort of going that route, which might actually be kind of cool. Now, the next route I could see Rockstar taking is, in my opinion, a little bit less exciting, but still overall really cool. And this would be a true consolidation of all of our business ventures. Now, to me, I would see this as more of a quality of life update. And I feel like this quality of life update, many have been pinning for a long time. And Rockstar does have a proven track record of listening to and implementing good suggestions from the community. So here's how I could see a true quality of life update working. So for this, instead of a cartel, maybe Rockstar would just allow us to become, instead of a CEO, an MC, or a VIP, maybe they allow us to become, I don't know what the word would be, executive or crime syndicate or something like that. Let's just use that example, where instead of now having to go to the individual things like CEO or MC or VIP, now it's done underneath the same roof. So if you wanted to use features of the CEO and features of the MC at the same time, maybe that's how you would do it. I can think of lots of examples, like one of the best features of the MC is being able to return personal vehicles instantly. But one of the best features of the CEO is being able to spawn Pegasus vehicles like the Buzzard really quickly. So I feel like a combination of the features would obviously be great. Another thing I would like to see is improve the phone app. So there is a SecuroServe app that is absolutely worthless. Then we get like invites through the central invite system. I think Rockstar needs to make a better business app that will allow you to check on the status of your cargo, that will allow you to see how many cars you have, how much product you have. Is your weed farm ready to sell, or does it still have a little bit more product that it can be made? In addition to that, I'd like to be able to purchase supplies from my phone as well. Let's say I check and, I'm all out of gun supply. Instead of having to stop what I'm doing, go back to my bunker, all I have to do is, order more supplies on my phone, and then I'm good to go. It's as simple as that. So that's one thing I'd like to see. The next thing I'd like to see, taking advantage of the Avenger in the MOC. I mean, these things are called mobile operation centers for a reason, yet there isn't really anything operational about them. Other than the missions and some things like upgrading guns, there's not a whole lot to do. I'd like that everything you'd be able to see on the phone, you'd be able to see on the MOC and the Avenger, but also do more. So, for example, if I wanted to start a gun running sell mission or a gun running sourcing mission from my MOC or my Avenger, I should be able to do it. I shouldn't have to only start it from the bunkers. And I also feel like if they are going to go the quality of life route, they should also add a lot more quality of life changes. Now, I'm not going to be going over all of them in this video because there's a ton of little quality of life things that Rockstar could ultimately add. But if they are going to go that route, they definitely need to add more than just what benefits the businesses. Now, getting back to the other details of what Yan said, he said this might be the last update. I can honestly see it going both ways. I can see Rockstar saying, okay, obviously we've made a ton of money here. We'd like to make more. But they even said at one time they're going to have to rest Grand Theft Auto Online. And you'd think we're getting dangerously close to when RDR2 is supposed to come out. You'd think that they would eventually want to shift over to that game. So what better time to do that than after a massive update that kind of sends GTA Online off into the sunset? And speaking of how massive it is, this update is apparently supposed to come out in the month of June or July. That would just be my best guess, since the content in this update is ending basically at the end of May on the 29th. So if that's the case, that means we're likely going to be seeing 3 to 4 months worth of drip feeding. So what does that have to be, like 20, 21 cars that are going to be left over in the files that we see week after week? That sounds insane. So I'm really excited about this update, even though we pretty much only know a little bit about it so far. I think that it's going to be really cool, especially if Rockstar go the quality of life route. And even if they don't, even if they add like the cartel, which would be awesome, I feel like they would implement it in a really cool way for online. So I'm not sure if Yan is going to be providing any more details on this. If he does, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. For now, it looks like it's just going to be up to our speculation as to what this is going to be. And keep in mind that this isn't confirmed from Rockstar, even though this might be coming from a Rockstar insider or a source inside the company. Of course, they haven't said it publicly, so nothing is official on that front. But I'll keep you guys posted if anything does change. For now, I'm really excited about this, and I hope that you guys are as well. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more on this business consolidation update in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. We like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.